Hey guys, so I'm gonna show you how to replace the tire on Zora bike. So this cargo bike, I was riding with two kids on it. As you can see, the damage, it's really like a cut from the glass. So it went through and damaged the tube. You might be able to fix it, but Zora bike was very nice to me. They sent me replacement tube as well. And no, it's not covered under warranty. They just been cool with me. But again, it's easy to replace. The tube's actually really thick. Some people are saying, oh, you're getting easy tire flat on electric bicycles. Some of them, yes, but this one comes really thick tube, so the tube have no problems. The only problem, the really large glass and load. It was over, the two kids was on the seat, so it's over 350 pounds load, and we just jump on the grass over some bumps and landed, I guess, on something really sharp. So it went through, and it didn't really get flat completely. The slime actually stopped the leaking for temporary, but now it's time to replace. So I'll show you how you do it. So the first step, you disconnect the motor from here. You cut the zip tie, so you would need to have extra zip tie, small one. Then you would need to unscrew this bolt, this nut actually, and you would need to unscrew this this bolt right over here. You would need to unscrew as well, this one particular, in order to remove this wheel, and then you will need to unscrew this nut, and then it should be removed easily. You might, I don't think you need to remove this one, but this one actually done specially to keep the wheel in place. I know not every bike has this, but this one is good safety for powerful motor. So it's a kind of torque arm, I guess, which holding the motor in place most safely. Here's few tips if you're having hard time to remove the wheel. So you need to get the wrench number 10, and you just jiggle a little bit this axle, okay, because sometimes you might get stuck a little bit. And then it will be easy to remove and just pull out the wheel. This one's done specially, this piece, it's protect from wheel to turning completely. Like, so basically it's kind of not like torque arm, but it's must to be there, okay? So make sure you can leave it on, you don't need to remove it. So I did remove the wheel completely, very simple. I left this side hanging. And let me show you what I'm gonna do next. So you might need, actually you will need kind of tools like this. It's a praying tools for changing the tires. And you would just pray from one side to remove it like this. You don't have to completely remove the tire, but it's good to remove to make sure there's no nail inside or nothing inside. And then you pull out, first you're gonna pull out the tube, and then you can completely remove the tire. Also, I recommend to remove completely tires for the first time to check if any of the spoke went through this kind of protection. This car have like this layer of protection for the tube as well, and if you see any hole, it means some of the spoke might go through and you might get flat tire because of the spoke. This kind of from Zora bikes, everything looks perfect, so nothing have to be done other than replacing the tire. The bed tire is right here. I'm gonna just make sure I can use the same tire as well, because the tube is not good actually. It looks like the hole is too large, and it's much cheaper to replace one. So and it's safer. So with the tire, probably I will use the same tire, and I'll put it on, and we'll see. It was pretty simple, actually easy to insert the tire. I did it off the camera, and I did inflate the inner tube until it can just be like in form, and then I insert inside the tire the tube, and then I put the side of the tire on the rim, and then I put the second tire. I just use my fingers to push it in. So it's a fat tires, it's pretty simple to work on, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this tire actually, because I did put you see this damage so large, and I did put some inside protection. I did some patch from inside a little bit. Also, I use the older tire to put around my new tire, as you can see on the picture, and that might create additional layer of protection for both, for getting flatter, and also will create protection so it will not come out. But still, I might need to replace it because it might just tear more once I start to ride. Right now I put 30 psi on this tire, but this tire can hold 35, but I usually keep it around 20 to 25 maximum, so I might just reduce this. But right now at 30 psi it's kind of open up a little bit, but still holding, so I'm gonna ride it and see. I insert the tire back the same way as I remove it, very simple way actually. I decided to remove the chain to make it loose, so it will be much easier to insert, but it was very easy as well. That you have to do maintenance on your bike every 100 to 100 miles, and I'm gonna make separate video about this. I never checked the bolts nuts on the bike. Well, I did check actually, but I didn't check this one because it's hidden under the foot. I thought they're tight enough, so they shouldn't be loose. So good about the Zora bike has safety feature, this kind of torque arm inside, which you have to also tighten and put it back for sure. And the good about it that this this nut was loose, so I remove it with my fingers, okay. But the good part is that torque arm holds the wheel in, so it will not fall out. But again, I recommend to check all the bolts and nuts on your bicycle every 100 to 200 miles. This bike have about over 240 miles already, so I did check all the bolts so far, and the wheel aligned very simple. It's basically, I didn't do really much, just put the tire in, put the air pressure, make sure it's inflated right. So that's how you replace the tire. I didn't show you how physically I did replace, but it was very simple as a fat tire. There's many video about this, so most important the tips how you do steps to remove it. So you would need to remove the some screw from the torque arm, then you would need to remove the bolts, like and I recommend completely remove them. Same thing over here. And first you of course unplug the motor, and I did for safety remove the battery for a few reasons. Easier to flip it over, the bike is become lighter, and also there's no power. And thank you guys for watching. I think the bike's still solid and worth the money, and a really powerful bike. I still love the brakes. As you can see, it's very thick. They're gonna last forever. And so far so good. And I'll see you guys in the next video.